And hello, it's me, Wheat Anime or Anime Wheat, and I welcome you back to my channel. And welcome back to another part of What If Deku was the only male with a quirk. Yeah, like usual, disclaimer, I stutter my words, background noise, and I repeat stuff. I do impressions, or try to at least. It may not sound the greatest on your side of things, but yeah, I think that's it for the disclaimers. Let's get into the story. So where we last left off, Midoriya just helped Mandalay and Tiger defeat Magna and Spinner from the League of Villains. And now he is running around in his tiger form trying to find his classmates and the students of Class 1B. Yeah. And while running through the woods, or forest rather, he would eventually stumble on Shoji, which is last name for Shoji. And he would say, and also his voice does change while he's transforming, so yeah. Shoji. I don't know if you could hear that. I'm gonna retry it. Shoji, are you okay? And Shoji would say, shh, 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 shh. Yeah, I'm fine. But quiet down. And Midoriya would say, why? What is happening? Shoji would say, you know the competition 1B and 1A was gonna have? Well, my partner was Tokoyami in it. So, and as you know, her quirk goes haywire in the dark. So, Dark Shadow took over, and now it's destroying anything it sees move. And then Midoriya, well, they both would hear crashing, like trees falling down, right? And then they would hear a yelling, which I'm not going to yell because I don't want to. But yeah, they would hear a yelling, and they would see two glowing red eyes in the distance, running around, right? And then Midoriya would say, I think it noticed us. Shoji, I recommend you get on my back, and I'll just start running as fast as I can. Its weakness is light, correct? And Choji would say, yeah, it is. It's light or anything really bright. And Midori would say, do you know where Bakugo, Yaoyama, Todoroki, Yaozu, or any of those people went? Our classmates went, Choji would say, well, Bakugo and Todoroki were behind us when we went through. So we could head back down the path, maybe. And then Midori would say, okay, grab a rock or something, throw it in the opposite direction of us, of our running. And then I'll just run as fast as I can, with you on my back. Okay? And then Choji would say, okay, and Choji would pick up a rock of like decent size, right? And then throw it in the opposite direction of the way they're running, right? And Dark Shadow would hear the noise and would look the way that the rock was, and then it would hear Midoriya running the opposite direction of it. And then Dark Shadow or / Tokoyami would start chasing Midoriya, right? They would start chasing it, and Midoriya and Choji would be heading down the opposite way of the path, where the way they believe Todoroki and Bakugo are. Right. And eventually they would meet up with Todoroki and Bakugo, and that knocked out person that I don't really care to get the name of. So yeah. Right. And then things would start going the 1A's way. Which Tokoyami. Well, first off, they would all hide, because Moonfish would still be there fighting Bakugo and Todoroki, right? And yeah. Sorry, going quiet. I was taking my coat off. But yeah. Once, they would get Tokoyami to see moonfish. Moonfish would get destroyed by Dark Shadow, like in canon. And then, while the others were running, and plus, Dark Shadow did find them again, like you would think. But while going, they would eventually meet up with, well, I cut myself, but I'll be fine. But yet, on the way through the path, they would eventually meet up with Asuyu, Oraka, and Izumi, Deku's sister, if you don't remember. And while going through there, they would also meet a crazy woman by the name of Toga. Himiko Toga. Right. And with that, well, they would scare Toga away. Right. They would scare her away. So, they would eventually get Tokoyami to a more open place, and then they would get Tokoyami calmed down, and Tokoyami would be knocked out from that. And then it happens. 2 orbs of such quantity, or whatever you would like to call them, marbles, I believe what they're called actually. 2 marbles would fly, and they would catch 3 people. Well, almost 3 people. Because Midoriya would move out of the way. And, yeah. So they almost caught 3 people they were looking for. But yet they only caught 2. See, Tokoyami and Bakugo Katsuki would be caught in the marble. I hope you can hear me good. I don't know. I'll start holding my phone again. But yet, yeah. And then someone out of the portal would catch the said people, the 2 of them. And then they would appear out of the said portal. And yeah. A person with a top hat and a mask saying, "Well, Look who we have here. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is... And before they could say their name, they would be rudely interrupted by Izumi. And she would say, "Hey, I don't care what your name is, okay? Get my partner, okay, out of that a ball marble thing. Please?" Probably not gonna listen to me, honestly. And the person they would be talking to would say, Well, I was gonna give you all a choice. But yeah, I don't feel like it now. Because that hoe, interrupted me from introducing myself. And while, Izumi... Well, hold on. I got an idea now. The person would say, "Well, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Compress. I am a magician. Okay? So, I'll let you all choose again." But yet, before that, Todoroki would try to freeze Compress. But yet, missed because Compress would jump out of the way, land on top of the iceberg, a large iceberg, and then Izuku Midoriya, would transform into a, let me think. He transformed into a hawk. Yep, a hawk. And he would start going. He would start flying through the air. And he would get closer to Compress. And he would try to grab the marbles out of her hands. But yet, couldn't. So, Midoriya would be on a chase at this point, trying to get Compress to go closer to the other students, but yet wouldn't be able to. I mean, given close enough to where something could happen. Midoriya did get Compress close enough for something to happen. So, Midoriya, while chasing her around, would get kicked out of midair. Well, would see a portal appear and would get kicked out of midair. Back, like a hard kick. No. Compress would kick Midoriya. Like stunning him, sort of. And sending him back towards the other students, his classmates. And then Compress would say, "Well, that was fun, but yeah, I'll give you one more chance." No. Compress would say, "Well, that was fun, but I gotta be..." And before she could say that, Shoji interrupted her by saying, "Well, I don't think you're going to go anywhere at the moment because, well, you can go, but yeah, I got the are friends again. And then Compress would start laughing maniacally. You're a funny kid. But yet you're strong, you're good. But yet, those aren't your friends, I can tell you that. See? And then Compress would deactivate his quirk on those two marbles in Shoji's hand. And it would just appear to be pieces of ice. But yet, with that, Compress would also say, well, the students would have a sad look on their face, right? Or somewhat shocked, some sad. But then Compress would say, I'll make you all a deal. You let me go, I give one of your friends back. How did that sound? And while Compress would be standing there, portals would, 2 portals would open behind. Well, one big portal would open behind Compress. Walking out of that said portal would be the woman they met earlier, named Himiko Toga, and then 2 other villains that they don't know who they are. Well, they would know who they were. Sort of. They would know their villain names. Right? Well, only really Midoriya would know. But yet, he would sort of forget their hero names. Not hero names, villain names. Right? And then the scarred up one would say, we gotta go twice. Not twice. We gotta go, Compress. The boss is waiting. And the one beside the scarred up one would say, yeah, we gotta go. Also, what kind of deal are you making with those kids? And also, what else he would say? Can we just go? I'm tired of this. And the person would look over at those people, the kids, the students, and would say, whoa, wanna be heroes, eh? Huh, this is something. Oh, yeah, portals would also, 2 other people would also appear out of those portals. Spinner and Magna. They would also appear. Well, Magna would. And Spinner. I don't remember who appeared. Right. They would appear. Also. And Spinner would say, that's the brat that hit me in the back of the head. Let's kill that one, and then we can go. Twice. Now they know their... Well, now Midoriya would recognize that name twice. Being a villain, of course, and being read up on twice, would be known as Twice because of his quirk. Their quirk, Twice. Yeah. No, Midoriya wouldn't recognize the name. Okay. Midoriya would say, "What's this deal of yours?" And Midoriya would start transforming back from his Hawk form to his human form, which he is naked. The villains would notice this, and Twice would say, "Whoa, put that up, man. Hey, show us more of that." Given Twice, we all know who Twice is, and their powers, and their issues. We know 2 separate personalities is why I said 2 different things. And the startup would say, "Whoa, nice." Midoriya would be blushing, but yet would transform into one of the fastest animals he knows of, which would be an ostrich. Yeah, he is an ostrich. Don't mess with him. No, he turns into a gazelle. An antelope, really. A gazelle. We know what this is. Okay? They can run 65 miles per hour. No, he would just turn to a cheetah. That just seems more reasonable. And he would get in a running-like motion. Right? And Izumi would say, well, no. Compress would say, "Well, my deal is, if you let us go, I'll give you back one of your friends here." Okay. Seems like a pretty good deal. And then Midoriya would say, "I mean, I would let you go if you gave us both of them, but yet I feel like you're not going to do that. So, how do we choose this? A flip of a coin, or what?" And his classmates would be looking at him, wondering what he's doing. And Todoroki would say, "Midoriya, we're not playing with our classmates' lives here. We can't do that." And then Midoriya would say, "Whoever said you all were, I am. I'm more or less playing with my own life here, at least. See, I learned something while fighting their other friend, Muscular." And Magna would say, "Whoa! He's the one who took down Muscular. That's crazy. He must be really strong. We need to get out of here." And Compress would say, "Hold on. I keep my hand in the deal, as long as he does." "See," and Midoriya would say, "See, I learned that they were after a couple of the students. At least I know a few of them. 2 of them, at least. I didn't know they were going after Tokoyami, though. See, I knew they were after me, either trying to kill me or trying to capture me, do some nasty things to me. I mean, either that, and they were after Bakugo. Given I get why. See, let me guess. You all were trying to capture Bakugo or Tokoyami because they had villainous quirks, or were you all thought they were easy to convince joining your side? I'm guessing that's a problem here, but yet I don't fully know. I'm just guessing. So, how are we choosing this? And Compress would say, well, the marbles I have here are your friends. I can guarantee that. I'll tell you the truth right there. These two are your friends. Your classmates. Now, either you pick right or left. Okay? Either right or left. Which one you want. And Midoriya would say, we'll take a left. Left is always left. Right is always right, eh? 3 lefts makes a right. Let's try this out. And he would start running. It's pretty fast, like fast enough where he would essentially get over to the villains in a matter of seconds. And then Compress would drop the left one, which would be Tokoyami. Now, Tokoyami is on the ground. And Midoriya would pounce on Compress. But yet, Compress would throw the said marble to Twice. And Twice would catch it. And then the scarred up one would put their hands in front of them. Like they're about to fire something. And Midoriya would look over and would say, did I ever get your name? And the scarred up one would say, you don't deserve to know my name. Now, get off of her, or you're gonna be ashes. Midoriya, being who he is, he would also look at Magna, Spinner, and Toga on the other side of him. And he would look back at the scarred up one. And Twice. Midoriya would run at Dobby. Well, we all know who it was. The scarred up one. Dobby. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep on calling her scarred up one because they don't know their name yet. But yet he would run. Pounce. Watch. He would run and pounce on the scarred up one. Right. And he would say, I'll leave you. I'll let you all go. Just tell me your name. And then I'll go. The scarred up one would say, fine. My name's Dobby. Now get off of me. And Midoriya would headbutt Dobby and would run. Well, he would try to get Twice, but yet Twice would jump in a portal before Midoriya could grab the marble. And yeah. And the other ones would go. Dobby would get up, jump through a portal, and Compress would tip down her hat and say, "Well, it was nice meeting you all. I'll see you all next time." Put some pants on, kid. Midoriya, he did transform back to his human form. And he would look down, and he would say, and he would transform into a tiger again. And would start walking back to his classmates, and Aizawa eventually making it there. Izumi would be on the ground crying. Everyone else would be checking on the other students, and Tokoyami, the knocked out ones. Midori would be sitting there in his tiger form, just watching everything going down. And he would be staring at everyone, at his sister, and he would eventually see Aizawa, the end, Mandalay coming through. Tiger did go look for their friends in the wild pussycats. He did go look for them. Right. And while that's happening, Midoriya and the others would make it back to the main building, and everyone would be there outside the building waiting for him. Midoriya would be carrying most of the knocked out people or injured. Yeah. Everyone would be out there. Paramedics would be out there checking on everybody, taking the injured to the hospital. And Midoriya would be there with pants on, finally, in his human form, laying on the ground, looking up in the air, in the sky, seeing it become morning, which Midoriya is hurt, but yet he didn't care. He was okay enough. Not much were broken. Because he did go into, I believe, the American cave line, which is about 1,000 pounds, and had much thicker hide than the European cave lion, which were around the same size, which were around 800 pounds-ish. Yeah. So he was okay, just like cuts and burns, really. Well, except for the fact that he did get thrown into a wall, I believe, like the cave. So yeah. But yet, besides all that, he's perfectly fine, unlike his classmates. while he was laying there, someone would be walking over to him, being Todoroki. Todoroki would sit down and say, "Hi, Midoriya. What are you, thinking about? Are you okay?" Midoriya would look over to Todoroki and would say, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And then Todoroki would say, if you need somebody to talk to, I'll listen." Midoriya would look over at Todoroki and say, "Well, if you need anybody to talk to, I'll listen. Okay?" And they would hear Aizawa yell out, "Hey, you two, it's time to go. Get on over here." They both would look over, see everyone that was okay enough, which were quite a few, get on the bus. Those two would also, and they would be on their way. Back to UA. Midoriya didn't really want to go back to his house because of Izumi crying, so he just asked Aizawa if he could stay at UA, train a little bit, and yeah. And Aizawa would say, "Sure, yes." Dumb bug. Flew in my mouth. That wasn't pleasant. Okay, I'm fine. But yeah. Midoriya would stay there until dark, really, and he would eventually leave. Well, he would actually stay there overnight. He would just transform into no, he would head back to his house. And then once he got there, all he would hear throughout the night was crying. And lots of it. Until 4 o'clock in the morning, which the students were given a break over the days. The students were off of school for a little bit. And Midoriya would go and visit his classmates in the hospital the next day. Even though he was still very tired. But yet he would visit, and he would see a lot of his classmates there already. So yeah. He would ask the person at the front, the receptionist, there you go, and ask where, I don't know who to visit. Juro didn't wake up for a while. Momo maybe awake. Sorry about that. He would visit, Yaoruzu, and he would see everyone there. Well, besides Izumi. Because Izumi was at home crying her eyes out. And he would tell that to everybody. Right. Sorry about that. But yeah. He would see everyone gathered around. They would all say hi to Midoriya. Momo too. They would all say it. And he would ask how Yaoruzu was doing. And Yaoruzu would say, well, I could be doing better, but I'm okay. Enough. And then Midoriya would ask, what's your favorite animal? And Yaoruzu would say, I wonder what would her favorite animal be. I'm gonna say like a penguin. Maybe. Or maybe a cat. I love this gif. It's one of my favorite. It's just funny. But yeah. Midoriya would transform into a penguin and ask somebody to lift him up to Yaoruzu, given his clothes did fall on the floor. So yeah. And they would all see cuteness. Yaoruzu would go on cuteness overload because she would be holding a penguin. And penguins are adorable, and I feel like we all know this. And yeah. Well, nobody's drinking that. Oh, no. Remember, I am right beside a farm. I just saw something. What I saw was a cow use the bathroom in their drinking water. Yeah. Funny. Yeah. Eventually, Izumi would visit Yaoruzu with everyone there, except for like a few. A few did leave. Yeah. Given Midoriya, well, he would still be there. He would have to stay there for a while after everyone else left. Because Yaoruzu was holding him like a stuffed animal and was sleeping. And Midoriya, being the caring person he is, he didn't want to bother Yaoruzu. So he didn't. Eventually a doctor did come in and wake up Yaoruzu and ask, when did she get the said stuffed animal? And Yaoruzu would say, this isn't a stuffed animal. This is my classmate. And Midoriya would say, yeah, hi. Help me. I've been here for a multitude of hours and I am hungry. Hi, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm talking to a cow. I'm not talking to myself. But yeah. Wow. The doctor would say, I would ask you to leave, but I don't think she would let you. Yeah, Rosie, you do have a couple of visitors. Okay, so I wanted to warn you about said, people coming in. I'll let them deal with your stuffed animal problem. And Midoriya would take offense to that, and he would say, I am not a stuffed animal. I am a person. I am just nice. I am a caring person, and I didn't want to bother waking her up. And, yeah, then two heroes would walk in. Aizawa would walk in, their sensei, their teacher. And then All Might would walk in. And a detective, I don't know how to say his name. Detective Susakuchi, maybe? I think that's how you say their name. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah. Aizawa and All Might and the detective would walk in, and Aizawa would say, how are you doing, Yaoruzu? I hope you're doing good. And Momo, Yaoruzu, would say, oh, I've been doing great. Especially since this came in. And she would hold up Midoriya in like a Lion King fashion. Like under the armpits. Right. Hold on. Let me check something. Okay. I was checking if I was still recording or not. And Aizawa would ask, is that Midoriya by any chance? And Yaoruzu would say, yeah, it is. This is him. Is that why there's a pile of clothes here on the ground? And Yaoruzu would say, yeah, that would be the cause. Nothing inappropriate is happening. I don't. He transformed into a penguin, and I got to hold him, and I am happy now. And Yaoruzu, Aizawa would say, may we have him leave for a second, or plug his ears? Hey, Midoriya, how willing are you to turn to a cat and put these on? And Aizawa would be holding out a pair of headphones. Or, no. Aizawa would go down into Midoriya's, pockets in his pants and would pull out, earbuds, or earbuds, and his phone. Hey, kid, I need you to turn the cat and use these and plug your ears, turn the music all the way up. Okay? And Midoriya would say, okay, I'm guessing this is a private matter. I will do that. Give me my headphones and my phone. I will go over here, transform into a cat. I will be back. And Midoriya would do that. He would put up, trying to think of a song. He would put up Running in Blind first, and then Up in the Air. This is Rustage, Running in Blind song. And then Up in the Air is a McGuire song, or a Hawk song, but it is made by McGuire. And then he would put on Summer Nights by McGuire, and then Time by Rustage, and then Elementary by Rustage, and then so on and so forth by songs, like nerdcore songs. So he would be into a cat. He would turn into a cat. And he would hop back up on the bed with his earbuds in, and he would start dancing. And they would ask if he could hear him, and Midoriya didn't hear a thing. He would see those two open their mouth, but yet he could lip read quite well. So he didn't question it. And he just started dancing. And they would all laugh at him. And Aizawa would take out their phone and would start videoing him. Yaoyorozu would do that also. So they would get a video of him dancing. Right. And then they would start talking about the tracking device that Yaoyorozu made and put on that Nomu. And they would make another blah blah blah. Same thing as canon. But yet now there's a funny cat dancing at the bottom of the bed of Yaoyorozu's bed. And Aizawa would also tell Yaoyorozu about the dorms, and ask Yaoyorozu to tell Midoriya about the dorms also, so that they can start moving in, and yeah, soon as possible. Well, once the dorms are done. Right. And so yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of time skip. It would be time for the discharge of Yaoyorozu. So Midoriya didn't have to be there anymore. At all. So he would say his goodbyes to Yaoyorozu out of the room so that Yaoyorozu could change into her clothing. No, that's for a different one. Okay. Midoriya would be stopped because Kirishima, Ida, and Todoroki would walk in. And Izumi. This was Izumi's plan. So, but yet they just joined. And yeah. Izumi would say, "Hey, Yaoyorozu, I got a question for you." And Yaoyorozu would say, "What would that be?" And Kirishima would say, "We need you to make a tracking device." And Yaoyorozu would say, "Why?" "Because the heroes are taking too long to find our partner. Yaru would say, our part, what? And Midoriya would also get confused and would also say what now? Midoriya would also ask, so, he would get it like a light bulb on his head, glow up. Oh my god. Oh my god. So let me get this straight. Kirishima, which Kirishima would nod her head, and you, Izumi. Izumi would also shake her head. And Bakugo, which they would both shake their head, are sharing each other. But yet Izumi would say, well, more or less, us two are sharing her. And Midoriya would say, I am so confused. My sister, I knew, like, well, I'm gonna... I want to go hanging with Ryuku at this point. And Nedry, I just want to go hang with them. They're not normal, but yet they're better than this. I mean, I'm telling you, they're way better than this. You all are insane. I wonder if Ryuku knows hawks. Maybe I can... I'm so confused. Why? What is happening? And yeah, they would eventually convince Momo to make another tracking device. And Midoriya didn't go with them because he didn't care about Bakugo as much as they did. And the other two are just there because they don't want their classmates to be hurt. Even though Todoroki doesn't really like Izumi, like, much at all to any. But yet, they're friends-ish. I mean, they're, like, okay friends. They're not, like, the best friends like Todoroki and Midoriya. But yet, they're okay. Midoriya wouldn't go, though. But yet, either way, it would end up like canon. Where they would get Bakugo back. The fight with All Might would happen. All Might would say the thing. Yeah, that would happen. And then, now, they would be... Now we're gonna do a time skip. It would be a couple weeks later during that time. They would be training. Well, no, they would be in class. Aizawa would walk in and would say, well, I'm going to tell y'all this. Dorms are ready, so tomorrow you all can start moving in at any point. And, okay, tomorrow you can move in, eventually move in. Well, start to move in. Okay, Midoriya, Izuku, another thing, I will need to talk to you about your dorm room and the placements. So, yeah. And also, we are training today. Well, as most heroes would say, the finishing blows of most fights are the named ones. So, we're gonna get out in the training room, get on your hero suits, and let's train. And let's create those finishing blows So they would all get changed in their hair suits, and we would all know Midoriya's, but I don't remember. So, but yeah, this is about your entertainment, not mine, really. Even though I laugh a lot. So you all will probably remember the hair costume. If not, I don't remember either. Hold on. Blowing my nose. I'm sorry. But yeah. Sorry, I spat out gum. Yeah. While that's happening, they're trying figuring out moves for the next week. Well, time skip really. For the next week, training mostly. I thought you died. No, there's a new one in town, eh? But yeah, they would train a lot during the week, and they would get moved in. This is on the weekend. No. This would be on a Friday. They would be waking up. Everyone would be up. This would actually be after uh, the day at school. Midori did go up in his room, change, right, and he would be walking down the stairs. But yet he would hear something behind him. It would be Kirishima and Kaminari, and they would be yelling out, "Midoriya, move out the way!" And Midoriya would wonder why, because he is standing at the stairs, and he would turn around and he would see Mineta running at him, jumping, drop kicking him. See, I like laughing. This is one of my funniest things I have ever done, I have ever created. As you will see it so much, okay? I don't care. You all will see it so much. Okay? Okay. But yet, Mineta would drop kick Midoriya down the stairs. Yeah. But yeah, he would get drop kicked down the stairs. It's just plain and simple. He would. But yet, he would be tumbling down. Everyone down in the common room would hear, well, Kaminari and Kirishima yelling, at Midoriya. And then they would hear thumping. And they would all run over. Well, besides Izumi and Bakugo, they would be surrounding Midoriya. And they would all ask what happened. And Midoriya would say, I don't know. Oh, my back. I don't know what happened. At one point, I was walking down. I was walking to the stairs. I was at the stairs, and then Hiroshima and Komuro yelled at me to stop. So I did, and that was a mistake. Um, I don't know what happened. And then Kaminari came here to me, walk down or run down the road, and they would everyone would be looking at, and they would say at the same perfect time, Mineta drop kicked Midoriya down the stairs, and they would all look up the stairs, and they would all yell, Mineta, clearly louder. Um, yeah. So yeah, and then Midori would get up finally, his back cracking more than it should at his age. And everyone would look at him because his back basically sounded like it broke. And then Midoriya would say, I'm gonna go get me an orange or a lemon, a lime, something. Oh, my back. It usually helps. Please have a lemon or lime or anything nice. Oh, joy. Why is there no? I had a buttload of oranges in here, blood oranges in here. What happened to him? Did I leave him up in my room? I feel like I did. I think I left my blood oranges up in my room. He would shut the door. Well, given he did get a bottle of water, he would chug it, drink it all, throw the water bottle in the trash, and he would start like he would hold his back to get the start serving again. And he would ask someone, will someone go up in my room? Wait a second. Did I ever tell you all my room? And everyone would think, no, even though, well, because you were asleep and we didn't want to bother you at the time we did like a tour, like showing everyone else a room. So, can we look at yours? And the door was like, I guess you got oranges anyway. And he would start walking up the stairs, slowly. What he's currently wearing is like black uh sweatpants, right? And then he would be wearing a green shirt. Yep, green, green, a green shirt, just a plain green shirt. No, like a shirt hoodie. Like it's a shirt just with a hoodie hood and the sleeves cut off because yeah, he was planning to go train for a little bit, work out, pump some iron. He was planning on doing that for a little bit. How does a just a little pack of fruit snacks have 70 calories? I am so confused. I know I'm talking to myself, except for you all are hearing me. I know this is just, it's insane. Like a thing of fruit snacks. I'm sorry that I just went off the story like that, but yet that's insane. Why does it, why? So yeah, sorry about that. I'm going off the story like that. I'm sorry. So yeah, they would all go up. Midoriya would show them his room. Izumi and Bakugo did go because, well, everyone was going. They wanted to know what they were doing. And plus, they wanted to know what Midoriya's room looked like. Because, hey, why not? Seems entertaining. Maybe they can insult him because of the room. But no, I mean, his room looked pretty much, well, I'll explain it. See what it would have. I'll start on the ground. No, I'll start with the color of the room is, okay? The room is, um,
green. Like the walls are green. Right. Somehow. And then he would have a couple plants plotted around his room, mostly near the window. And then he would have, instead of a bed, yeah, bro doesn't have a bed. Bro has a massive, two massive bean bags size beds. Like a bean bag size of a bed. You know what I mean. You've probably seen the commercials of them or ads on YouTube for said things like the love sack or something. I believe that's what they're called. The love sack, like the giant bean bags. Yeah, he has two of them in his room. Don't know how, but yet they're mostly stacked up in a corner, like too high. And then on the opposite side of the bed of the bean bags, you would see a desk with a computer, a laptop on top with like a speaker on the side, and then a guitar on the other side. And beside the computer, and he would have one on one side of the computer. There would be a speaker, like a small speaker, and then on the other side would it be there would be a beat pad that like the music producers use. A beat pad would be there, a guitar, yeah. And then they would see his closet full of clothes. His bathroom would have like, okay, here's the thing. I use this stuff. Dr. Squatch soap. It's gas. And then there's native shampoo. That's basically my shower. I don't care. Um, and then yeah, that's basically it. That's his room. And everyone would be amazed. Jiro would walk through, and ask, and would stare at him so mad. And and he would be like in a mini, well, he would also have a mini fridge, right? Above the mini fridge would be like a basket of fruit and vegetables. And he would turn around with a banana in his mouth, and he would he would see Jiro looking at him, and while without saying a word, she would be pointing at the guitar and the beat pad, and Medora would say, "Oh, well, hold on. Oh, I have." Given he does have something in his mouth, the banana. Hold on. He would. I'm gonna say this like I have something in my mouth. Okay, I'm naive. I don't know, but yet he would say, "Oh, I hope you can understand me. I'm gonna do it like this. Maybe you can understand me. Oh, that's a hobby of mine. I do a little bit of that stuff. I make music a little bit. Given it's not good or anything, but I try. I guess. You can hear when I talk. I don't know. Just hold on. He would go over to his computer. I don't know why my finger tastes like blood. That's not even the one I tore open. I don't know. Weird. But yet he would walk over. Um, he would walk over to his computer and he would play one of his songs, which, given it isn't, he didn't make it. I'm using this based on a song. Okay, the he would you would hear a song by the name of "Do It on My Own" by Shabadi. That's what it would sound. That's what it is. That's the song I'm referencing here that he is making. You can't see me, but I put up quotation marks because this song is already out and on all streaming platforms. It's been out for a year almost, I believe. So yeah, I'm just saying he made it. That's made it right because he's gonna be playing that at the new the UA festival. Okay, I'm giving you a hint here, even though it's not for a couple of arcs. Okay, so after that, we're doing a time skip to um it would be time for the provisional license exam. I don't know how long I've been going for, but I think I've been at least an hour maybe. I don't know. I'll, I'll keep on going for until the maybe I don't know, probably I'll stop at the second part of the provisional license exam. Okay, so we are at we're doing time skip. Okay, a couple days has went by. Midori did make up some moves, right? So yeah, they would be on a bus, heading to the provisional license exam, right? So yeah, while going there, they would be talking, blah blah blah. So yeah, we would make it there. Well, they would, and then it would be. I'm not gonna do the interaction with the other high school students, the other school students, like the I'm not gonna do Cammy's group or Shindo's group because I don't really care about them. So yeah, we're done a time skip for the first part. Plus, the only reason I'm not really doing that because not a lot of not a lot of other schools know that UA has a quirked male, so that's why they're not really talking. The class 1A just went through, and hid Midori basically because Aizawa said to. And plus, Medora did wear his orange and white coat, so we're good on that part. So yeah, we would go. We would keep on going. We would keep on going. Do another time skip. For the first part of the exam, um, we would see a lot about just everyone focusing UA. And here's another thing. They did adjust Midoriya's hero costume, at least for his bottom half of it, to not, well, his whole entire costume can do this. See, the top part will slide off, but yet it's connected to the bottom half, like the pants of the said costume. So after he transforms back into his human form, after say he transformed into like uh a tiger, he would have pants on instead of being fully naked uh while transforming. He will have clothes now once he transforms. He has taken off his hero costume, the jacket now. He would ask he would ask Yaoyorozu to hold it for him because he knows they can, or ask somebody with a bag who um he didn't even bring it in. He has it, but you're not with him. So yeah, see, nobody really cared that it was big room until it unfolded. Um, so everyone spread out once the room unfolded. The person, I don't know, the person from the hero thingy has um did his speech and telling him whatever happens, what the thing is. So what the heck? I don't care. So yeah, once they did that, once it started, um, everyone targeted UA. Until they saw the one guy, transform into a giant ape. I mean, absolutely stinking massive. And also, the shorts, the bottom half, right? The gorilla doesn't have it on. The ape doesn't have the said thing on. Um, what happens with it is it, even though it does grow with him, it does also like turn into like an invisible like spandex. Like say, you know how when you like scratch out something, it starts to becoming thinner and thinner, and you begin to like see through it. That's what happens. It like spreads out so much and not breaking clearly, that it just turns like half invisible, right? I hope you all know what I mean. So they would see the giant ape thing um appear, and you could hear a lot of people say, "King Kong, what?" And the Midori would say, "No, I'm not King Kong. I am a giant ape. Big difference." And he would like take his hands and clap. He would clap his hands, creating a shockwave or a big blast of wind, is what I'm gonna say. Right. And with that, the fight would begin. Um, Momentarily, they would run a lot. They would run a lot. But this time, Midoriya does um find somebody besides um see Choji actually finds Oraka and Sero first, and Midoriya actually finds Yaozu, Juro, and there was somebody else. Why can't I remember who it was? It may have been those three. I think it is. Yeah, I think it was just those three. Right? I don't know. I think it is. Maybe I'm missing somebody. I'm not. Well, I clearly am missing somebody, but I don't remember who. So, yeah, Midoriya and would find Yaozu and Juro and would climb up the building with them, and would get trapped in a room, right? And everything does go good for Uraraka, Sero, and Choji. Okay, it does go good for them. It They do get away. It just stuff happens. It would just be more difficult for them than it was in canon. So yeah, um, since but see Midoriya being who he is, he given they did get trapped in that room by Intelli and their group, um, Midoriya, after the room started to get colder and colder, Midoriya said, "Screw it, I'm breaking through this door, whether they like it or not." And he would start transforming into a rhino. A rhino. I don't know if that came up or not. My voice is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna quit soon. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on going through this battle in this part of the arc. Okay. But yet, yeah, he would turn into a rhino, and um, he does have techniques or his power moves for some specific animals, but yet there is also a few that he made for um all of his transformations. He does have a transformation. He does have a move for quite a few transformations, but yet not all of them yet. But yet he does have moves that corresponds with all of the animals, all of his transformations, and he would say, hold on, his voice does change with this transformation, and it would sound like, it's time to get, um, I don't know. I didn't think of a catchy, quip for that. Uh, Now I feel stupid. Oh, I'm tired of this. And he would start taking his front hove and like bring it back. You know how most animals do. And he would say, mammal bomber, mammal bomber. And he would start charging and he would jump up and would crash through that door. And before he does that, we will cut over to the other side of the um the other side of the door. And yeah, and Midoriya would say, "Didn't expect me to do that, hey? Oh, that was stupid also. Uh, I hate it all. Why can I be smart and think of good quips? Oh, well, hey, you two, you might, um, help? Huh, I don't know what to do. Um, huh, this is a problem. See, even though there's not a lot of you, I'd rather not hurt a lot of you. Huh, I don't know what to do. And you would hear, Zero say, well, I do, and dude, heartbeat, uh, her heartbeat move. I don't know what it's called. And then, those three would pass. Yeah. And we're just doing time skip. The people who passed. We're skipping. Time skipping to the second part. And that's where I'm gonna end it. Okay. I think we did some good on here. Um, remember, like, subscribe, comment, anything really, I don't care. I just want to maybe give me some critiques on this episode. And, oh, here's another thing. Where do you all want these, all three of my what ifs to end? At what arc do you want them to end? See, I was thinking about, where season 6 of the anime has ended. I think I was just gonna do that. But yet with the recent news of season 7, I don't think I want to go to season 7 with these. So I will give that choice to you all. But here's the limit. Season 6 of the anime is the limit, okay? That is the limit. I'm not going anywhere past there. At least not yet. Not until the future, okay? Um, I'll see you all Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday. I'll see you all Friday. Um, yeah, I'll see you all Friday. Goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Ooh, that was nice.